I think they win by 7, so I think that 3 points is safe. I hope I'm wrong, and I would never bet on this game myself, just because I wouldn't want to think about the money or whatever. So I wouldn't bet on it, but I do think the Chargers win by 7. So,
all right. Next game we'll talk about, because I'm a Cowboys fan, and since we were picking the games this week, I'm going to pick the Cowboys game to talk about. They are at Carolina. Carolina, again, getting the pretty standard 3 points at home in the NFL. But I'm going the Dallas Cowboys and the points here. I think Dallas wins the game outright. And I think Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a big day. I think Dak's going to have a big day. I think that offense is just going to kind of put it to that Carolina defense.
Don't they have a pretty good defense there?
Not in my opinion, but
Carolina, they don't.
Not in my opinion.
Where are they ranked? But anyways, I'm gonna go Carolina. I don't think the Dallas defense will have an answer for Newton. I think Dallas's defensive lines is pretty good. I think their secondary still needs some help. That's why they're trying to trade for Earl Thomas. Which they tried to offer a second rounder today.
Yeah, and got denied.
That's denied. They'll probably have to give up a first to get him. I don't know if that's what Seattle's going to counter back with, but I don't know. I don't think Earl Thomas is happy in Seattle, so it'd be beneficial for both teams for them to move on.
Yeah, anyway, it is. The secondary does need help, but
so you guys get Earl Thomas. That's going to help a lot. Yeah. But I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go Carolina. I'll go Cam Newton have a good day, and the defense to kind of shut down, not necessarily shut down Zeke, but shut down Dak a little bit and give him some trouble. So I'll take Carolina -3 against Dallas.
All right. Well, that's our NFL picks for this week, those 3 games. So if you want to have some fun, it makes the games a little more interesting, and if you want to bet on them, you can maybe listen to us, maybe don't, maybe go against us. But we're going to kind of, just for fun, keep track of how we do on each of these games. I am actually going to place money on these NFL games. So
you're going to place them on all the ones?
I am. I'm on those 3. So I'm going to take Chargers -3, Atlanta +1, and Dallas +3. Throw Bovada, and that's where I got these lines from. But so we'll see. We'll let you know next week. How we did on those picks. Getting into the college game a little bit. Colorado is at Nebraska. Nebraska is a 3.5-point favorite at home. This will be the first game of the Scott Frost era, as we touched on earlier. There was some weather moving through the area about game time on Saturday, and they delayed it a couple hours, and we're trying to maybe get the game in later, but ended up having to call it, and, Akron was already on their way back home, and they were talking about maybe playing it Sunday, but so it just got canceled altogether. First game of the Scott Frost era then will be this weekend.
Yeah, so I saw a deal said that because to get a potential playoff berth, which I don't think Nebraska's going to get, but they should still be trying to get it. There's a number of wins you need to get. You need to have more wins than someone else.
Bowl.
Yeah,
to get a bowl berth. Yeah,
well, bowl berth. I'm also talking about to win the just when it's time for the committee to vote, and you got one less win than another guy, and they start looking at that. Even though you didn't play that game, they it's good to get that game in. So I heard that they may take there's a week that the week they're off, they're playing East Carolina is playing a small school. What Nebraska may do is pay, like the small school gets money from East Carolina. I can't remember who it is. Nebraska pays off the small school, and Nebraska goes and plays East Carolina. If East Carolina wants to do that, which I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know. So you might have to throw a little something in for them.
I also heard, and I saw on Kansas City Star article, because Iowa State's game got canceled too. So have Nebraska and Iowa State play December 1st at Arrowhead.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
Because the Chiefs are out of town that weekend.
How much traction does that have?
I didn't really see. I saw it on Twitter and I clicked on the article and read it. And,
Oh, man.
I mean, it's a possibility because they both do have a bye week. Their bye weeks don't match up, so you couldn't play then. But they could play, December 1st because the Chiefs are gone that weekend, so they could have that game at Arrowhead. I mean, you'd think with those two fan bases, I mean, Iowa State kind of has a stronghold.
Oh man,
in Kansas City anyway. And Nebraska fans travel well, and it's not that far to come from Lincoln.
That whole stadium be full.
Yeah, so they'd have no problem selling tickets to that. But, anyway, this weekend, Colorado's going to Nebraska. I'm going Nebraska to cover at home.
I'm going Nebraska to cover big, so
Yeah.
I would take it. I think the players will be really fired up. They'll be fired up to play for Frost. I think Frost is a master at strategy, and I think Nebraska's gonna put it to him. So I'm taking Nebraska and the points, or Nebraska giving
To
up
cover,
points.
yeah. I'm an Iowa fan, college football. We've said that on the show. So Iowa State at Iowa, battle of the Cy-Hawk Trophy this weekend. Iowa beat Northern Illinois pretty big last weekend. Iowa State's game, again, got canceled due to weather, so they're playing their first game of the year in Iowa City. It'll be a raucous crowd. That's a big rivalry game. Iowa is -4 at home, and I'm taking Iowa to win the game, cover the spread, and, take that Cy-Hawk Trophy home to Iowa City where it belongs.
I'm going to a lot of stuff I agree with. Iowa State has a very talented running back. I think his name's is Montgomery or something like that.
They do have a good
Super
running back.
fast. Good running back, and it's a big time rivalry game. I think Iowa is the more talented team for sure, right? Better recruited, better kids, all that stuff. Or just
More stability.
more talent, more stability. I think Iowa State won like 3 games last year. That being said, because it is a rivalry game, and because Iowa State does have a good running game, I will take. I think Iowa wins. I think they win by 3.
Oh,
So because it's rivalry, I think
Yeah,
they field goal whatever. So I would take Iowa State +4,
Iowa State +4.
and hopefully I would wait to place my bet. And by the time the weekend starts rolling around, people will like Iowa because your initial thought is, man, that's Iowa, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
But then you start. I was thinking rivalry, blah blah blah. Hopefully that spread will move. So if you're going to bet on Iowa State, maybe wait until that Saturday morning. See how if you're not super confident, see how the spread goes. And you may actually get another point or maybe
Yeah.
a half point.
I mean, they do say to bet the favorite early, bet the dog late.
Yeah, and that's exactly
So-
the advice I would give you on this game for sure.
So, yeah, because you're always hoping maybe you can get 1 or 2 more points, maybe even a half point in some cases. I mean, obviously 4.5 to 4 to 4.5 is not a big difference.
Yeah, I would say the difference on your Dallas game is I would say that spread changes if they pick up Earl Thomas. But so keep the news on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to end up getting him though. So
Yeah,
that
I don't
might
know. So, yeah. But, that's kind of where those games are. Last college game here that we looked at was USC at Stanford. USC is plus 5.5 on the road. I think Stanford's going to be – they're kind of slumping right now.
Yeah, they ended up winning by 21.
Yeah, last weekend, but
They didn't look great.
no.
And I do have a receiver. I don't remember his name, 18 or 19. I don't know. Did you watch that
I
game?
didn't see any of that game.
That
though.
dude's killer. He had like 200. I think he had 180 yards, 200 yards, something like that. 2 touchdowns. So they have a receiver that's really good. All the rest of the defense is pretty solid, but the offense is sluggish. And it's like, yeah, I mean, and I do like a good running game, but dang, I mean, there's times where I can't remember who they were playing. They would have the box, I mean, totally stacked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, if they run this ball, it's either a loss or it's at the line of scrimmage. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. I'm like, this quarterback doesn't have the option to audible out of that. Didn't look like it. Didn't look like he did. So, so for me, I'll take Stanford may end up winning this game, but I'll take USC and the points.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you. And again, I kind of hope that line moves to a 6 to get out of that 5.5.
Yeah, so you'll definitely wait before you
Yeah,
go on that,
I'll
right?
wait. I'm not going to place it right now. But, I'm definitely going USC in the points too there. I think USC is going to have a pretty good season.
Yeah, that 5.5 spread makes me feel like they're underestimating them. It's 17 versus 10. And I think Stanford's ranked high to be 10.
I do too.
I think they're ranked a little bit high every year. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'll say this: I do like them. They play fundamental ball. They always have fielded pretty good defense. The offense is like run first, but to me, when the quarterback did an audible out of that run play, or maybe didn't have the option to, that kind of threw me off. Like, okay, so this guy doesn't have the power to do that kind of stuff, and he'll need to be able to do that stuff against USC.
Yeah,
so
because they're definitely going to mix up their looks.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Well, anything else you want to hit on this week?
Yeah. Let's just.
You want to give them a bonus game?
Yeah, let's do a bonus game.
All right. Bonus game. Got anything in mind?
Yeah. Let's see. We got Houston. Let's do that Houston game. Houston against New England.
Houston at New England. The New England Patriots.
Gary, what's that spread?
Trying to pull it up here. 6.5. New England is a 6.5 point favorite at home.
6.5's a lot for the NFL.
It is.
And that's a lot for a potential division winner.
Yeah. I mean, because Houston's not a bad team. I mean, Deshaun Watson's going to be back this week, coming off an injury from last season. They got a pretty good running game, I feel like, in Houston. Lamar Miller. And, so...
Yeah, I mean, the thing
think...
looking at the Vegas odds on who win the AFC, now they have that listed wrong right there. So Houston has, tied for fourth best odds to represent AFC. They're not a slouch team.
Yeah. And they're 6.5 dogs.
And no Edelman. Brady's got Gronk.
Yeah.
Chris Hogan.
But Brady's always thrown to really
I'm not saying
no-name
Brady's
guys.
having a bad night.
Yeah.
But
I'm definitely taking the points here, 6.5.
And that's another game you wait.
Yeah.
Because
it might move to 7.
Get to 7. Because once it hits 7, I might go ahead and take that because everyone else might jump on that.
Yep.
And then it'll
go
back
down.
To 6 or 6.5. I would totally take Houston against the Patriots, and that's really fun because I do think Brady's the GOAT, but I like to root against the Patriots. I mean, I like watching them and everything, but it's good to see them lose. Mm-hmm. That's the dynasty, man. That's like it's like that's like the NFL, the pinnacle right now. So it's always nice to see them not catch a win. So I'll take Houston. I'm with you on that, man.
Yep, Houston in the points. I don't know that Houston goes in and actually wins the game. But
I don't need that.
I think they keep it within a score.
I just need them to cover.
Yeah, I just need them to keep it within a score. So, there you go. There's some picks for this weekend. Typically, we're going to kind of shorten this segment, not do a whole show out of it. This week, we decided to break the games down a little more and talk a little more about them. But typically, we'll try to keep that to about a 10-minute segment, run through these games kind of quick and give our picks and updates on how we were the week before.
And take our betting advice. It'll make you rich.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. So if Gary quits the show mid-season, it's because he's made a lot of money from his picks and he doesn't need me anymore.
Yeah.
And so he'll either make his own podcast or he'll just quit altogether. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe this might be the 10th to last show. Who knows?
Yeah. No, but hey, thanks again. For the support, the listens we get every week. We're starting to kind of develop what I feel like is a pretty good base of listeners that traditionally listen to the show every week and contact one of us. Let us know how they like it. We want feedback and to know how we can do better. If there's somebody you want to hear on the show, let us know. If you want to be on the show, let us know. We want to make this show better every week.
Yeah, and guys, we really want to interact with you. So all social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat's all Midwest Mics. Let us know what you think about this show. If you have any additional betting picks you want to send our way, we might be able to retweet them out. if we think they're good, or we'll start a conversation about those. So